So when I'm thinking of videos to make, I don't think Bryce Hall has ever come to mind, and you would think with all the stuff he's known for, he would at least have a little cameo, but no, he has never had my attention long enough for me to make the video that I am now. But after seeing a single clip, no more than 5 seconds, did it change the way I feel about him. Before, I looked at Bryce like George looked at Lenny. There was no reason for me to hate you, but sometimes when you talk, it was worth a bullet to the back of the head. But luckily, this video isn't about him talking. It's about him fighting. I don't know who keeps track of what social media star can kick the most ass, but if you had Jake Paul at the top, you need to grow the fuck up. It's cool that Jake can box and all, he would 100% knock me out, but if I paid someone who even went 0-10 against real boxers to fight for me, 10 out of 10 times he would win. I said this in my last video about Jake Paul's last fight, and everyone knows this, but he's not proving anything by fighting people who aren't even boxers. And he calls out people like he hasn't been training in the past months, leading to him just calling them out. He didn't just get out of bed and was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna decide to fight this guy. He made sure to get a head start because that's the only way he's gonna win, as proven by him losing to someone who's a current boxer and trains almost every day. He thinks just because they were good, it's gonna trick us into thinking he's good, when in reality, you're like, didn't Nate Robinson play basketball? How do you choose that to jumpstart your boxing career? That's like me beating Stephen Hawking in rock, paper, scissors, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a physicist. Someone get me my own talking chair, please. Jake is basically trying to become a great boxer the spoiled way. There are so many boxers out there that are trying to make a name for themselves, but they're all getting overshadowed by this guy whose fans aren't even old enough to order his fight on pay-per-view. But enough about big delusion. I'm here for a real fighter. So I think about 2 days ago, Bryce Hall was part of the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, which is literally what the name says, guys fighting without gloves. And honestly, that alone puts Bryce Hall above Jake Paul. He won't even get into an octagon with someone unless they're fucking 80 years old and will turn to dust as soon as you touch them. But Bryce is going round for round with someone who's actually a challenge for him and won, even getting a first round knockdown in less than 10 seconds. If Jake Paul goes one round in this, he will gain all the respect he wants from people and not just celebrities sucking his meat. The full fight is up on the Bare Knuckle Fighting YouTube channel, and it's only 13 minutes, but it's more entertaining than any of Jake Paul's fights. I really hope more social media people do stuff like this, because I can guarantee you'll get 10 times the audience if people hear Jake Paul bare knuckle fighting someone. And I'm not just saying that because I think Jake Paul's gonna get knocked out. It's the complete opposite. I want to see him give someone temporary brain damage. You see this record? It'd be a lot fucking cooler if these were all bare knuckle wins. Even the loss would have been dope too. But apparently Bryce Hall is the only one man enough to do something about it. I actually don't know if any other YouTubers were a part of this, but they were all talking about Bryce, so I'm assuming he was the only one. If there were others, hell yeah, you guys are doper than Jake Paul too. If Bryce Hall is thinking about fighting again, I'd like to see him fight Macho Man.
It's Macho time! Bookan's taking over!
And if he wins, then he'll have my full respect. But until then,
it's Macho time! I'm out here eating Wheaties. What do you eat? This is Wheaties, motherfucker! Now you see what you look like? This is what you need. Let's go, boy!